hasn't heard or seen The Drowsy Chaperone before, it's basically a play within a play. So it's about an older man who lives by himself and he loves musical theater. And his one sort of solace or joy in life is listening to his old records. So one day he puts one of these old records on and it actually comes to life in his apartment. And it's this hilarious sort of golden age 1920s musical. And so it actually plays and it performs in his apartment, and he just kind of adds in little cynical quips and comments on the musical. So it's kind of two levels, and it really, I think it connects with people who love those golden age musicals and with those people who might not quite as much, because the man sort of adds this modern day perspective. So what I've tried to do in this production of Drowsy Chaperone is kind of a little bit different. We're taking over the baby grand and we're turning it into the old man's apartment. From the moment you walk in, you should feel as though you're in his apartment, and then the musical is literally coming to life in his apartment. So they're using all of his furniture, all of his props, and he's orchestrating every move. So he does all the set changes, he gets all the costume pieces, all the props. So it's kind of creative in that sense. It really celebrates the simplicity of theater and the idea of the magic of theater. So rather than big spectacle and kind of crazy sets and crazy scenery, it's very simplistic and sort of celebrates what theater as a medium can do.
So my character is Aldolfo. I kind of play two characters. I play Roman Bartelli, who is the actor that played Aldolfo in the show. Roman Bartelli is very notorious for being horrible at accents. So my character Aldolfo is this kind of European lover kind of guy. I'm very stupid. His only purpose there is to there's a wedding and he's to sleep with the bride and call off the wedding kind of thing. So I'm very stupid. I have this awful accent that no idea where it's from, couldn't tell you. It's just something like very stereotypical. And then I ended up sleeping with the wrong person and confusing myself, but it was a lot of fun.
I play a very sweet elderly woman who is very forgetful, and she generally doesn't really have a sense of what's going on, but the wedding's taking place in her house. And that's really kind of the only purpose, within the wedding of the story. But within the show, she just provides a lot of comic relief. There's definitely a lot of material to learn and to remember. That's the hardest, is remembering all those harmonies, because they do exist in those huge choral numbers. But the great thing about this show is that a lot of it is everyone kind of has their own song that they sing. And then so there are some background vocals in that, but for the most part, a lot of it is just a soloist sings, and then we kind of support them, because it's definitely a character-driven show.
What's really neat about Blue Canoe Productions is it is entirely student-run. So we're all youth in Kingston between the ages of 13 and 30, everyone from artistic director down to our performers and crews. It's all students. The other nice thing is we're a mix between Queen's University students, St. Lawrence College students, just kids in high school, or community members. So it's kind of nice, it connects with the community a lot, which I think is really important, but it still has a really strong grounding in Queen's and with Queen's students.
The music's incredible. It's great music, and like I said, the lyrics are a little corny, but that adds to the fun of it. The music itself isn't too difficult. There are some weird, I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, but there's a very weird harmony. So that was quite a challenge, kind of learning, because your parts are so abstract. It's really hard to get your note when people around you are singing notes that are so different. But obviously with any show and any rehearsal, you just have to keep rehearsing and you get it eventually and it comes together. With me, a little challenge for mine was I had to establish this accent, and then in my song I need to sing with this accent. So I'd rehearse the song in my voice, but then I'd have to go, oh shoot, no, I have to now apply this ridiculous European accent. So that was a little bit of a challenge, but I got it, I think, I hope.
I think the unique part about this production is that it's cozy. It aims to draw you into the story. The narrator, who's the old man in the chair, addresses you directly as an audience, and invites you to enjoy this record with him. And really, it's so engaging and so much fun. It's absolutely hilarious.